Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're digging into something called the SignMetrix BrightSign Extension. It sounds like a new way to understand audience engagement with digital signs. Our goal really is to figure out how businesses can take their existing BrightSign players and, well, turn them into audience measurement tools fast, efficiently, without a huge fuss.
Exactly. And the problem it's trying to solve is pretty fundamental. Businesses, especially in retail or like quick service restaurants, they desperately need to know what's happening around their displays. You know, customer journeys, how long people stick around, dwell time, are they actually engaging?
Right.
But getting that data traditionally, that was a massive headache. You needed external cameras, sometimes separate sensors, maybe complex wiring.
Yeah, I can see that being invasive and expensive.
Totally. Invasive, pricey, and just really hard to scale if you have lots of locations. Think about wiring up hundreds of stores.
So it sounds like retailers knew they were missing out on key insights, conversion data, engagement metrics, just because getting the hardware in place was too big a job.
Precisely.
Yeah.
The barrier was just too high for most.
Okay, so enter the SignMetrix BrightSign extension. This is positioned as the solution, right? It apparently installs straight onto the BrightSign Players operating system. You need version 9.1.52 or higher, seems specific.
Yep, that version is key.
And it uses the player's own Wi-Fi and Bluetooth module. So crucially, no extra hardware, no sensors, cameras, wires.
That's the core idea. Zero additional hardware. It leverages what's already there. And the kicker is the speed. It claims to enable foot traffic and dwell time measurement in like minutes. Through something they call the Smart Circle feature. Basically creates a virtual detection zone around each player. Could be up to 20,000 square feet.
Wow, okay, 20,000 square feet from one little player. How does that work? Is it accurate?
That's the fair question. It's not trying to pinpoint individual people like a camera might. It's about detecting the presence of smartphones in that zone using Bluetooth signals.
So it's more like crowd density.
Exactly. Aggregate behavior. The Smart Circle engine analyzes signal density and changes to figure out footfall and how long devices, and presumably people, are lingering nearby.
Okay, aggregated presence, that makes more sense than individual tracking, and it runs in the background, doesn't mess with the actual content showing on the screen.
Correct. It's designed to be seamless. Your existing content, your CMS, all that keeps running just as it was. The measurement happens behind the scenes.
All right, so the hardware barrier is gone, the setup is fast, let's talk value. What do businesses actually get from this? What kind of insights? The players basically become these audience measurement tools, right? Giving real-time feedback.
That's the promise. You start measuring foot traffic near the display, actual dwell times. You can analyze pathways people take, identify which zones get the most attention.
So you could use that to optimize store layout or figure out which display locations are actually working.
Precisely. Compare the value of different locations, improve engagement, ultimately boost profitability. And it's built to scale, they say. It handles networks from just one player up to over 1,000, all under one subscription.
1,000, okay. And all this data, where does it go? How do you see it?
It all feeds instantly into the SignMetrix Analytics dashboard. That's where you see the metrics. Things like conversion rate, if you have the checkout add-on, interaction counts, activity broken down by hour, day, week, and of course, dwell time averages. Actionable stuff.
And is it just for retail? Or does it work elsewhere?
They mentioned it's designed for various places: retail, QSR, healthcare lobbies, casinos, corporate offices, basically anywhere with digital signage. And it plays nice with existing BrightSign CMS integrations.
Okay, makes sense. What about getting started, setting it up? You said minutes, but what does onboarding look like?
Seems pretty straightforward. For just one or a few players, you can apparently just email the serial number and location details.
Simple enough.
And if you're doing a big rollout, hundreds of players, they have an Excel template you can use to upload all the info at once, aimed at making large deployments easier.
Okay, so let's recap quickly. The SignMetrix BrightSign extension offers real-time audience insights, uses the hardware already in the player, sets up fast, scales up, and doesn't need extra kit.
That's the gist of it, which leads to a pretty pointed question, I think.
Yeah.
Well, given how seemingly easy they're making the onboarding, should businesses really be leaving that potential data on the table? Are they measuring the impact, the ROI of every single display they've invested in? If not, why not if the barrier is this low?
That's a good question to ponder. Definitely food for thought. If you want to explore this more, you can check out the SignMetrix BrightSign extension and request a demo over at signmetrix.com.